Number 21, The World, is an abstract, psychological exploration game that has the player just wandering through various levels and stages, all with their own unique aesthetics and vibes that they have to contribute to the game as a whole. There's really no clear objective of the game besides to just experience what these dream stages have to offer. The digital creation just has any soul fortunate enough to play it just going about the dream stages aimlessly just for the fun of doing it. A course of action I'd really recommend if you want to get as much out of this game as you can authentically. There's really no point in overthinking or overanalyzing everything, looking for subtext or some sort of philosophical commentary, since I think the game would be more complex and longer if that were the case. I doubt the developer, LSD Dev, really meant for their creation to be taken that seriously. The purpose of this game is what the majority of people play video games for. Fun. And that's the best mindset to go into with this project or anything relating to and or inspiring it. The World is the 21st Trump or Major Arcana card in the Tarot deck. It's the final card of the Major Arcana or Tarot Trump sequence. In the traditional Tarot of Marseille, as well as the later Rider-Waite Tarot deck, a naked woman hovers or dances above the earth, holding a staff in each hand, surrounded by a wreath and being watched by the four living creatures, or Hayoth, of Jewish mythology, a man, a lion, an ox, and an eagle. This depiction parallels the tetramorph used in Christian art, where the four creatures are used as symbols of the four evangelists. Some astrological sources explain these observers as representatives of the natural world, or the kingdom of the beasts. According to astrological tradition, the lion is Leo, a fire sign. The bull or calf is Taurus, the earth sign. The man is Aquarius, an air sign, and the eagle is Scorpio, a water sign. These signs are the four signs and represent the classical four elements. In some decks, the wreath is an Ouroboros, biting its own tail. In the Thoth Tarot divined by Aleister Crowley, this card is called the Universe. According to AE, Waite's pictorial key to the tarot, the World card carries several divinatory associations. The World. Assured success, recompense, voyage, route, emigration, flight, change of pace, or reversed, inertia, fixity, stagnation, and or permanence. The World represents an ending to a cycle of life, a pause in life before the next big cycle beginning with the Fool. The figure is male and female, above and below, suspended between the heavens and the earth. It is completeness. It's also said to represent cosmic consciousness, the potential act of perfect union with one power in the universe. It tells us full happiness is also to give back to the world, sharing what we have learned or gained. According to Robert M. Place in his book, The Tarot, the four beasts on the World card represent the fourfold structure of the physical world, which frames the sacred center of the world, a place where the divine can manifest. Sophia, meaning prudence or wisdom, the dancing woman in the center, is spirit or the sacred center. The fifth element, prudence, is the fourth of the cardinal virtues in the tarot. The lady in the center is a symbol of the goal of mystical seekers. In some older decks, this central figure is Christ, whereas in others it is Hermes. Whenever it comes up, this card represents what is truly desired. Those are just some of the mythological interpretations of the 21st Tarot card. By naming the game after the card's number and assigned meaning, this game could represent life cycles being gone through again and again in front of us, or referential to the game's cyclical nature, with most stages and ventures through multiple stages often bringing the player back to where they start. An explanation I could give instead of saying LSD Dev was just screwing around with a video game engine. The player spawns in what's seemingly a bedroom and is able to interact with many household items, taking them to their own respective dreams. In this video, I'm choosing not to go into detail, as it's one of those games where it's better to go in with little knowledge, but enough to where you have an idea of what you're doing and how a series of impulsive life decisions led you up to this point. LSD Dev said it was based off of LSD Dream Emulator. Link to the video here if you want to watch that after this, and the parody video I made of it right here. Although someone who's drunk might wander into something like this in their intoxicated days, there really is no mention, cite, or reference to any drug besides LSD Dev's name and what they said it was based off of. This game, like its base, features tons of abstract environments that really just take on an art gallery browsing, rather than your typical video game that gives the player a challenge they have to overcome. I think most of us who play games, even occasionally, can use something more passive that doesn't require as much effort and only asks of the gamer to exist and to have fun with the product. After all, many do play video games for escapism, to unwind and forget about life for a small amount of time. Even though it might not be that stimulating or even that fun to a lot of people, come a time where you eventually find yourself wanting to play this, I can guarantee you won't regret going out of your way just to do it. If you're really looking for something liminal, artsy, a bit of a mind boggler, and something that's just straight up different, it's something I'd wholeheartedly recommend.